Right, welcome ladies and gents to my review of The Thunderbolts, or The New Avengers, because that's what they are basically by the end of this film. Not really a spoiler alert, but spoiler alert, I guess. And this will be a spoiler review. It's probably in the title, to be honest. Let's talk about it. Hit subscribe, if you are new here, by the way. But let's talk about it. So, this movie, there's a palpable sense of people not really knowing who any characters are. Right? And I'll get to the story in a minute, but I just want to address this head on. I was in a showing that was full. I literally was the last person to get a ticket. I just walked up and got the last one. Thankfully. But there were some people that were like, is that Black Widow? Who? What? People are confused with the Marvel continuity now. Because they've spread themselves too thin across too many platforms. And you're left with a tangible sense of not giving a shit about these people. Because barely anyone knows who they are. DeFontaine is the villain, kind of. Also, so is the Void, obviously. But DeFontaine created the Sentry and created the Void. Who is she? I don't know. They go some way to explaining who she is in this, but they don't really explain it. I remember seeing her in Black Panther 2 and that was it. Who is she? Where's she been else? What is she doing? Who is she? I've got no idea. And I'm not alone in that, obviously. So Marvel used to have very core characters. Core characters that they built up over a period of time. Now they've got nobody. Nobody at all. No character that you can go, that's the anchor. They tried to use Bucky in this. But, yeah, it didn't do too well. So anyway, what is the story? Well, we open with Yelena talking about how there's an emptiness inside her. And blah, 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 blah. Or maybe she's just bored and she jumps off of a building and it's this big stunt that they're really happy with. And you know what, the stunt's fine. Cool, whatever. It's a good stunt, I'm sure. Anyway, we learn that Yelena is doing jobs for DeFontaine. Valentina, whatever, DeFontaine. But she's still got this emptiness inside her, so she goes to see her dad, Red Guardian. Red Guardian's living like a fat slob. Sure, fine. He's just playing this sort of like dad of the group type character now. And Yelena comes to him and says, how do you stop it? What's this emptiness? Blah, 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 blah. And Red Guardian's like, look, I felt the best when I was saving people. I'm miserable now. But when I was saving people, it's real purpose. Being good is real purpose. And you're like, okay, that's quite sweet. That's quite sweet. So anyway, she contacts Yelena, contacts DeFontaine, and it's like, yep, one more job, and then I want public-facing work. To be a hero, basically. Anyway, DeFontaine then tells her to go to a base in the middle of nowhere, go like 5 miles down or whatever it was, and someone's going to be stealing something, find out what they're stealing and why, and then kill them. And then you get your public-facing role. Anyway, it's a setup. All of the misfit characters, so Captain America Light is there, Ghost is there, Taskmaster is there, Yelena is there. Yeah, that's it. They're all sent there to basically murder one another, and then they'll all get incinerated anyway. And then that's DeFontaine's slate clean, no loose ends. Anyway, Taskmaster gets shot in the face. Quite a brutal way to kill him off, but that's also really dumb. That's a character. They ruined that character, but that's still a good character, and they just killed him straight away. Dumb, but whatever, fine. Bob is there. They unleash Bob by accident. Turns out he doesn't know who he is. You see a lot from the trailer. Anyway, DeFontaine realises that Bob is there and that obviously it's worked. Her attempt to create a superhero has worked because that's what she's been doing. She's been, creating a superhero basically. Can't remember if I said that or not. And she then comes in as like non-lethal. There's some action scenes and blah, blah, blah. And then Bob gets shot, turns into effectively a superpowered being, flies up into the sky, then craters down. And then Red Guardian comes out and saves the day. And all the while this is happening, Bucky is like, oh, what's going on with DeFontaine? You know, the Winter Soldier. He's now congressman. And, yeah, he obviously wants to still be a superhero, I guess. Do hero-y things. So he's scoping her out. And there's this sort of side story about Congress looking to impeach her. DeFontaine. Doesn't really go anywhere. It's kind of pointless, to be honest. But all sort of by the by. And anyway, all of this comes to a head where Bob becomes a Sentry. Bob is a meth head. Don't know why they did that, but fine. He's a meth addict. And he's just a down and out. Yeah, just a down and out, basically. So it all comes to a head when he gets revealed as being the Sentry. And DeFontaine gives him some orders to kill the Thunderbolts. He roughs them up, but then he's like, I'm not going to kill him. Why would I kill him? Like, they're not a threat to me, so why would I kill him? And as a matter of fact, why would I take orders from you? I'm a god. Anyway, it then spirals from there. DeFontaine tries to use a kill switch that will kill him. It doesn't really kill him. I mean, it literally doesn't kill him. And then he becomes the Void. It doesn't murder people. He just disappears people into blackness. Into the Void. Which is like a joint, like, astral world of everyone's deepest, darkest, depressive state. Effectively, that's kind of the best way I could put it. But it's not. It's sort of real but not real. They're real in it. Or maybe they've just become part of the Void. I don't really know, to be honest. But sure, fine, whatever. And anyway, Yelena sort of half saves the day by going into the Void. And then everyone else goes into the Void. And they all find Bob. And they're all there for Bob. And it's all this kind of story about connectedness. And you're not alone. And blah, blah, blah. But then it turns out Bob is alone. Because by the end of it, Bob can't remember who he is. And if he does remember who he is, and any of the events that happened, everyone's dead because he'll become the Void again. So he goes back to being a nobody, which is tragic. But you can't really have a movie all about that and then end like that as well. Because it's just, yeah, dumb. So anyway, that's the story. That's the plot. That's the rough outline. What do I like about it? Well, the acting's alright. Some of the action's alright. Does the really generic car flip things, which is super generic and lame. But outside of that, you know, there's definitely a tangible, palpable sense of apathy. And also, who the hell are these characters, like I said? You know, they spend ages trying to sort of build this up to something. The whole movie's to introduce the Sentry, and then he's gone by the end of it. And obviously he's going to be in Avengers Doomsday for whatever reason. But it's just, yeah, no, this is not... Marvel has kind of run its course. This isn't a bad movie, but Marvel has hinged on the cinematic universe model. And when you don't have any players in your cinematic universe that anyone cares about or even knows who they are, you have fucked up. And that is what has happened here. Barely anyone knows who Red Guardian is. Barely anyone knows who Yelena is. Barely anyone knows who this new Captain America is. I didn't watch Captain America and Winter Soldier or whatever it was called. I didn't watch that. I don't even know what it was called. The thing on Disney Plus. I didn't watch that, so I don't know who this guy is. I know his backstory briefly, but I don't care about him because I didn't watch it, so I don't know. Ghost we know about from the movie years and years and years back, but we still don't really know or care about any of these characters. And that's the problem with Marvel now, is that they are banking on people caring about characters that they've not spent any time with. And I don't think anyone's going to. Anyway, this movie ends with them being the new Avengers. But it's not, because there's like a post-credit scene that's like, oh, you're not really, and blah, 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 and whatever. And also, the Fantastic Four break through into this universe in the post-credit scene as well. But that's dumb, because this is released before that movie, so now we know that there's no actual trouble for them in that movie. Like, what a weird way to tease stuff. Not a good film. Not a horrendous film, but not a good film. Let me know your thoughts down below. Bye now.